all cockeyed. Okay. Yeah, Mommy's going live. You be good girl. There we are. Oh, sound. Wait for some of our friends to come on. Make sure they can hear us and see us okay. Hi, Christine. How are you today? Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, I'm going to share this out to my two groups. And just let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. If I need to adjust anything. It's gloomy, doomy, and rainy here today, so I do have my overhead light on. If it's not bright enough, I could turn the ring light on. It looks bright enough to me, but on your end, it might look different. So just let me know. All right, shared. Looking to see, maybe I can bring that camera down just a smidge. Just a smidge. So you can see more of my work table and less of the wall. There. I always leave my camera stand in the same place, but since I've started doing duo lives on StreamYard, you have to flip your camera the opposite way, horizontal on StreamYard to have two people side by side or three people. And then when I go back to right on Facebook, I have to have it vertical again. So, hi Melissa. Your happy mail shipped out this morning. Bailey is possessed. She keeps scratching back there. I think something fell in between her crate and the border. So let me look and see. She has been scratching back here and scratching back here. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, I see. It's your little bone. I see. Let Mama get it. Here's your bone. Yeah. Okay. Her bone fell in between the crate liner and the wood part of the crate, and she couldn't get it. She knew it was there. She's a smarty. Hi, Albert. Welcome. All right, we'll get started. My laptop says 3. My phone says 2:59. So we'll get started. How's everyone doing today? What's your weather like? It was so nice out yesterday. You guys saw. I was sitting in my back patio yesterday, measuring and packaging glitter cord, getting ready for my live sale. And today it's gloomy, doomy, and raining. We keep getting bands of rain coming through where it'll pour and then it stops. And we're at the beach. We're like at sea level. So water, when we get a lot of water, hi Lambrina, hi Penny. I remember, Melissa, yesterday you said it was raining at your house too. When it rains a lot, it tends to sit and puddle. And I had like on an empty lot next to me, there was a new little pond, not a pond, but it was a giant puddle. And all the geese babies were in there splashing around. They were so cute. I called my husband to show him and he ran outside to scare him off. He doesn't like them anywhere near the house because they make a mess and they eat his grass. Hi, Mary. How are you? All right. We can keep chatting, guys, and I'm going to get busy working on my project today. You guys, I am not using foam clay today at all. If you like this project, you certainly can use it to substitute for some of the elements. Michelle, hi, your teddy bear. Oh my gosh, so cute. So stinking cute. If you ever do one like that, like with pink, keep me in mind. I may want it. I love how you do your faces. That teddy bear face was so cute. And I love the sunflower, but I'm pink everything. Hi, Angie. How are you? So if you're doing with pink, if like she's holding a watermelon slice or anything pink lollipop, keep me in mind. So this is a red letter day, guys. I am not using foam clay on today's project. Go figure. Hi, Maricela. Your niece is behind me. Hi, Nikki. Hi, friends. She's right there. She's working on a bone and she's still grooming. Hi, Gloria. Hi, guys. Welcome. So remember, she was groomed yesterday, and then for like a few days after she's groomed, she has to like continue grooming. She like chews on her little nails because her nails were cut and filed, so she chews on them and licks, and yeah, she does all the things. All right, so like I said, I'm not using any foam clay today, guys, which is unusual for me. Normally, I always use foam clay, but I'm not. I'm jumping on the decoupage bandwagon. I used to decoupage way back in the day, guys, way back in the day. When I first got married, decoupage was so in at that time, 38 years ago. Everything is cyclical, so it's come back around and people are decoupaging again. And I love that they're doing it on different mediums, like, you know, on foam clay. Next thing to try is stamping. Christine and I were talking, and stamping, like with acrylic stamps, like my Paper Sweetie stamps. Yeah, it's raining where you are, Michelle. Yeah, here too. Hi, Lydia. Hi, Vay. Hi, everyone. Welcome. So, everything is cyclical. Clothes are cyclical. You'll throw things out that you haven't worn in 10 years, and as soon as you throw them out, then they come back in stock. Yep. Crafts are the same way, guys. Things go out, and then they come back. Sometimes when they come back, they're reimagined and done differently. So a lot of us are on the foam clay bandwagon right now. It won't stick around forever. It'll have a cycle. Hi, Priscilla. How are you? Welcome. It'll have a cycle. It'll go out. Something else will come back. And I mean, after a few years, foam clay can come back again. Love bug. That's my love bug. Carissa, my friend Joyce was here. It's her birthday month, and I had her over for lunch today, a brunch lunch. I did lunch, and then we came back in here after, and she was looking on my back table at my stuff, and I showed her a Quasi cupcake up there. Carissa made that for me, you guys, Quasi cupcake, and she loved it. She says, holy cow, there's a lot of goodness on there. All right, guys, so I got a package of these napkins from Hobby Lobby. They're currently, all their Patriotic is 40% off. And then I got a package of these cute little paper little ice cream cups. It was on an end at Walmart in one of the freezer section aisles, at least in my Walmart. Oh, okay, Carissa, sounds good. And then I have just a Mod Podge from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use my glue brush. So we are going to Mod Podge. I cut off one of the long red and white stripes, and we are going to Mod Podge it onto this little paper cup to create our own little Patriotic cup. This is the one I did last night, but I want to show you how easy it is. So I'm just going to put a little Mod Podge on my little container. We can keep talking. So it sounds like a lot of people are getting rain. Melissa's getting rain. Michelle is getting rain. We are getting rain. How about where y'all are? Marcella's in Texas. Angie's in Georgia. Lydia's in Georgia, I'm sure. Oh, good, love bug, good. I'm so happy. If we're getting rain here, I'm sure Angie and Lydia are most likely getting rain because they're only a few hours away from me. Hi, Ramona. How are you? Yeah, Krista, you know, you and I have had this conversation. Sometimes when things are broken, if you just go out and come back in or just turn your devices off, it fixes whatever the issue is. So if I'm having technical difficulties and I can't get things to work, is Nikki still on here? Nikki. The first time her and I were trying to do a duo together on Facebook, Facebook has its own set of unique challenges. We tried practicing a few days ahead and we couldn't get it. Finally, yes, Lydia, yep. It keeps pouring and then stopping and pouring and stopping. Carly! Hi, Yvette. Hi, friends. All right, so I cut off of my Patriotic napkin. I cut the long white and red strips off, and then I'm just gonna finesse it. Of course, this is a straight piece of napkin that we're trying to wrap around a curved object. So I found yesterday I am going to get wrinkles, but I also found that I smoothed them down as best I could, and then when it dried, and because of the nature of how the napkin looks distressed, you can't even see the wrinkles, guys, so no worries. If you get these same napkins from Hobby Lobby, it kind of adds to the distressed look, the little antique-y distressed look. No worries. But yes, I'm showing right now how to decoupage napkin on a little a paper ice cream cup, Ramona. And that's as far as I've gotten. I just added Mod Podge and gone around. Now I'm gonna trim off where the seam meets, okay? I'm gonna finger press it down, and then I'm gonna actually come back in with more Mod Podge on top to help smooth down those wrinkles, guys, okay? And it kind of seals it too. It kind of will seal it. If you Mod Podge back over the top of your napkin, it seals it. And then on the bottom, I'm just gonna, as I'm going around, I'm just gonna use my brush to kind of tuck the edge under. I'm using my brush as my third hand today. Just tucking that edge under. And then when I'm all done, I'll go back and finger press it down. Hi, Francine, how are you? Ice cream cones are still not back in stock. Like you and I were talking the other day, I did place my reorder. I expect them hopefully next week. We shall see. We shall see. Shipping and getting product in from some of our wholesale distributors has been challenging at best the past couple weeks with all of the global challenges. Hi, Alyssa. How are you? Welcome. We are decoupaging a napkin on a little paper ice cream cup that I got from Walmart. It came in like a pack of 12, so very economical project to make. I mean, the package of little ice cream cups was maybe $2, and there was like 10 or 12 of them in there. Oh. And you can make a lot of projects with them. All right, and then I'm gonna finger press the edge down. There's not really a lot of edge left. The two little strips on the napkin kind of were just the perfect size, guys, to wrap around this cute little ice cream cup. And then if I see any wrinkles that are standing up, I'm kind of just using my finger to smooth everything down. And as the Mod Podge dries onto the napkin, guys, it'll help smooth it out and have it sit down and behave, okay? So there's our bottom, okay? This is the one I did last night, and look how it dried and all our colors came through nice. Hi, Annette, how are you? And then I cut off the stripes of the napkin, and we're gonna go around the rim, okay? Because I didn't, we're gonna do a snow cone on this that's gonna be white, and I didn't want the white rim. So I'm just taking some of these blue star, navy blue star strips, and we're gonna go around and just put them around the top. Hi Hazel, welcome, how are you today? Now I'm gonna put it on my brush. And just go around the rim and a little bit on the inside too. Okay. Take a navy blue strip. I'm gonna start in the back. Hi Cynthia, right where the seam of the cup is. And just kind of put it down as far as I can go. Make sure I got the Mod Podge there. Put it down as far as I can go, and then I'm gonna wrap the excess onto the inside of the cup. And apparently I get quiet when I'm trying to decoupage a tiny piece of napkin on an ice cream cup. Super sticky, guys. It's super sticky. But you want it to be super sticky. And see how I'm tucking the excess just into the cup? You'll never see it. The snow cone will cover it. And then I'm just going around with my fingers, pressing it in, smoothing the edge out. Okay. And I'm going to put a little bit more Mod Podge over the top. Just right over the top. So when it dries, it'll all be like one piece. The navy blue is gonna dry right onto the cup and the white and red stripe portion. Now I'm just going from the inside. You're never gonna see the inside, but I'm just adding some Mod Podge over it so it kind of glues onto the inside. You don't have to fuss with it too much. Like I said, you're never gonna see it, but just to help that edge stick down so everything behaves. Okay, I just want to finish this up quick, and then we're going to switch over to our one I did yesterday that's already dry. It'll be easier to work with because it's already dry. But I just wanted to show you guys the process and how easy it is. You can decoupage kind of like on anything, guys. You can decoupage on metal, on glass, on ceramic, on paper, on foam clay. Christy Martin and I, Molly Fox Designs, are doing a duo on Sunday afternoon at 2. We're doing the same project, done 2 different ways. And we haven't talked yet. Hi, Emily. Hi, Anne. Hi, Desiree. Hi, AAA. We haven't talked yet. We obviously planned, oh, that's a lot. We obviously planned what we're going to make because we're making the exact same project, but we're going to do it 2 different ways. And we haven't talked about what we're going to be using to make our projects with yet, but if I had to guess, I might say there might be decoupaging involved in Christy's, project. She is the decoupage queen these days. And how fun that she's shared with us a fun way to use decoupage on anything, but especially on foam clay. All right, so this is the last full piece that will go on, and then after that, I'll need a partial piece. Today's one of those days, guys, where you just kind of want to stay in your comfies all day. on the couch and binge watch movies on TV. One of those rainy, gloomy days. But like I said, I got up. My friend Joyce came over. It's her birthday month. I made a nice little lunch for us. I did BLTs, and I did a recipe called Grandma's Homemade Cucumber Salad. I used the English cucumbers, and I sliced them super like paper thin using my mandolin. And then I added onions and peppers and vinegar and sugar, water, and some salt and pepper and garlic and dill, fresh dill from my garden. And it was so yummy. And then she brought some yummy fresh baked cookies from the bakery for dessert. I was going to cut the edge of this navy blue off that we don't need, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna go right over the other navy blue pieces, guys. For time's sake, I'm just gonna go right over. My pajamas all day, I'm jealous. Chicken pot pies, yum. I love a chicken pot pie, Jan. Yum. That sounds scrumptious. If we lived close, I would hop in my car and come over. I love a chicken pot pie. And yesterday when I was doing this, guys, I kind of, I did the red and white stripe portion, and then I gave it maybe like 30 minutes to kind of dry. And then I came back in to do the navy portion. Just because you see it's sticky and my fingers are sticking to the sections where the decoupage is, and it's not dry yet. So I'm rushing through just so you can see the process on the video today. But if you're doing it yourself, or if you're doing a couple, do all your red and white stripe portions and let it dry for 30 minutes or so, and then come back in and then do your navy after it's had a chance to dry. It'll just make it easier for you to handle it. But we're done. We're done. It's all on. I'm just going over this last little piece, making sure all the edges are tucked in and glued down with our decoupage. And then I'm gonna set it aside. I'm trying to figure out where to pick it up. I'll set it aside and I'll let it dry, and I'll do a second snow cone after it's dry, okay? You can see wherever it's still milky, it's still wet. And this is the one last night that's completely dry, okay? It dries pretty quick though, guys. It dries pretty quick. I'm gonna set it aside, get it out of the way, set it over there. Okay, now that my fingers are completely sticky, I knew though, I brought a baby wipe. Yes, chicken pot pie. So have any of you tried, because you guys know I used to own a B&B, so I always would host events and luncheons and all day like scrap day crops where I would serve lunch, and I was always trying to come up with unique different ideas on what to make. I never would like to serve the same thing twice. So have you seen the recipe, Jan, that you could do, make the chicken pot pies with the biscuits in a can? You take a muffin tin and you spray it with cooking spray, and then you take the biscuits out of the can and finger press them into the little individual muffin tins, and then fill up, I think I used cooked chicken and with either cream of mushroom, or you could use like cheesy broccoli soup, the condensed kind, just the whole thing, mix it in, and your veggies, and I would use peas and carrots. So put that yummy all and add some garlic and some pepper and some salt, and then bring your little edges of the biscuits kind of up, kind of fold in. I would do like 4 points and like pinch it in the middle, and then sprinkle shredded cheddar cheese on top. Or I would bake them and then the last 5 minutes, pull them out, then sprinkle the cheese on top. Oh my God. You could even mix some cheddar cheese in the filling. That would be so delicious. Hi, Wendy. How are you? We are talking about chicken recipes for chicken pot pies. All right, so I'm gonna get a stick to poke in here. This is just a styrofoam ball. Stick to poke in there, and I'm just gonna show you. I have one done and already dry that I did last night, but I'm gonna show you my process. Yeah, I used to make them for my luncheons at the B&B. You could use tacky glue. I'm just using the Mod Podge, the cheap kind from the Dollar Tree, just the dollar kind. And I'm doing about 3/4 of this styrofoam ball because we're gonna set it in our little ice cream cup. So the bottom, you don't have to waste your supplies, your Mod Podge or your tacky glue or your time, because it's gonna be inside your ice cream cup and you're never gonna see it. So I'm just covering about 3/4 of this styrofoam ball, and I'm covering it extremely liberally with the Mod Podge or tacky glue, whatever you decide to use. 8 minutes, done with work today. Oh, does that mean you have 8 more minutes, Priscilla, and then you're done? The only thing with the Mod Podge, guys, you have to kind of work in sections and be quick because it is more watery than tacky glue. And yesterday when I was doing it, it was dripping all over that's why I have the parchment paper down. It was dripping all over. So, but you're gonna wanna put it on very liberal for the next step, how we're gonna turn this into a snow cone. Some of you may have seen this somewhere. I don't know, I've never tried this before. I think I saw someone doing something similar, but they were doing colored. I'm gonna keep my white. I think I saw something similar on a reel, a Facebook reel, that someone was showing how to make snow cones with Dollar Tree supplies. So that's where I kind of got this idea for a cute little patriotic snow cone. Theirs wasn't 4th of July. Theirs was chicken cobbler recipe. No, I haven't. What is that recipe? Like I said, when I used to host the day crops when we had the B&B, the day crops, they would pay one price and it would include lunch and an afternoon homemade snack. And I was always looking for different unique things that I could make them and serve for lunch. And I remember one time a few times I think I did the chicken pot pies with the biscuits. They were so yummy. And the biscuits, I would get the home-style ones, the buttery home-style ones. They're so yummy. And just go around and make sure that you have all of your styrofoam covered, because after you apply your snow cone, your snow, it'll be hard to go back in. So I'm spinning it now, and I'm making sure that all of my styrofoam is wet looking and covered with the decoupage. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. Chicken cobbler recipe. I'm gonna have to search for that and see if I can find that. All right, guys, so here's your magic, your snow cone magic. Just cheap old Epsom salt, non-flavored, because I had some lavender flavor in my bathroom, but I didn't want to use that for this. Hi, Raymond. Cheap old Epsom salt, just from the Dollar Tree. Probably even has it, guys. This is a big old bag from Walmart. And then you know what you're gonna do. You're just gonna sprinkle it over all of your glue or your Mod Podge or whatever you're using to turn your styrofoam ball into a snow cone. And like I said, the reel that I saw of the crafter that was doing this colored the Epsom salt with alcohol inks. I should have had a tray, guys, because it's making a mess on my table, but at least Epsom salt is not like glitter. You can clean it up relatively easy. Make sure you get your top. Don't forget to get the top as you're spinning. And I'm going around a couple of times to make sure if there's any little areas I missed, they get covered. All right, it looks good to me, guys. Get a couple little taps. If there's any loose. And then the camera's not gonna pick it up, but believe you me, guys, that looks like a snow cone. It looks like a snow cone. All right, let me get some of this back in the bag. So I have a little bit of craft space to work on again. But I mean, you can make a ton of these, guys, for so reasonable if you were doing like a craft show, or if you're hosting like a 4th of July party at your house and you want to do little party favors. How cute. And this would be so reasonable. Like I said, I got the ice cream cups from Walmart on an end cap in one of the freezer aisles. It was on the end, and it was maybe a 12 pack for like $2. A big old bag of Epsom salt was maybe, I don't know, a couple of dollars. And I mean, you hardly use any. There's so much left. This will last you. You've had bad luck using Epsom salt. For crafting, why AAA? What was your bad luck? Tell me. Because I don't, hopefully it's not going to happen to this project. But like I said, I did this one last night. I let it dry overnight, and it's perfectly dry and good to go. It's dry. It's dry. All right, so I'm gonna bring the cup back in. Hi, Jamie. When adding alcohol, they're going so quick. Alcohol ink to the Epsom salt, wouldn't it dissolve it? No, the lady that I watched, and I wish I made a note of her name. It was someone who did a reel on Facebook. I don't know if we can search reels. She made 3 different snow cones. One was red, one was white, and one was blue. She even added, the color fades for you. She said it was alcohol ink, sugar before. Huh. Well, custom order for snow cones. Jan, that's so fun. Well, this might be a 1 year and then done type of project. I don't know. Check back with me next year and I'll let you know. I'll let you know if mine survive. Okay? All right, so what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I'm gonna go around the edge with hot glue. I'm gonna go around the edge. This is my one I did last night, so it's completely dry. I would not do that with the one that we just did because it's still wet. All right, hot glue, and then quickly find your bottom and stick it on. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. You have an order for a snow cone mailed out today. Nice. Alcohol inks for the red and the blue, and it's fading. Huh. I wonder if when you're done, if you could spray it to seal it. I wonder if that would keep the color. Jan is our expert. Look at how cute that is, you guys. I love the little paper cup with the napkin. So stinking cute. You could call it done, but we're not going to. We're not going to. So, let me get these for reference to show you. I Wasn't sure how much time I was gonna have left over. So I have these left over from last year from Hobby Lobby. They probably still have them again this year. These I just got this year from Hobby Lobby, the firecrackers. And these I just got this year. These cute little popsicles. And there's 3 different styles in the bag. Look at how adorable they are. Wendy, is Wendy still on? Wendy likes all things teeny weeny. Look how cute. So cute. Yes, I think Cindy from Peep This Y'all on YouTube made snow cones. Oh, I'll have to go and see if Cindy has any tips. Because she is a crafting guru and kind of has answers for everything crafts. All right, so you're going to want to find your back, and it's a little hard because I feel like there's this seam right there. Because decoupaging the napkin on, it's all crinkly and old looking. You're here. Good. Okay. So I took the little mini popsicle last night. Again, I wasn't sure how long it was going to take me to show you the decoupage and then the snow cone today. But I just took one of the little pops from Hobby Lobby. The red I left alone. The white I added diamond dust. And then the blue I added some of this Patriotic custom sprinkle mix from Paper Sweeties. Look at that, how yummy. I added that on the blue, and I went all the way around, guys. You know, I like going all the way around. Layers were both round, square, perfect cups, and they're both faded. Well, I'm kind of glad I decided to leave my snow cone white. I didn't want to mess with ink. I have tons of inks. I'm not sure if they're alcohol inks from my scrapbooking and paper crafting days, guys. But I don't know. I didn't feel like messing with the inks. This is the Patriotic. I'll hold it up close. Look at, guys. It's chock full. It is a great sprinkle mix. It's one of my custom ones. So I have some things in there that I've sourced through Glitter Mix that you guys know that I do collab with their products. And then I have other things in there from some other wholesalers that I work with. There's star sequins, there's confetti circle sprinkles, there's glitter, there's clay flags and stars, and there's red, white, and blue jimmies. It is a great mix. It is a great mix. So I just added it to the blue layer on the little mini popsicle. Paint instead of alcohol inks. Interesting. And it already came on a little stick, so we'll be good to go there. Then I took a firecracker, and I love this on the bottom, so I want to keep it. But we're definitely going to want to have something to stick it into our snow cones, so we're going to add a toothpick. Aren't they cute, Carly? Look at how tiny they are. This is so sweet. They're so sweet. I just love them. I wish they would get something like that in like non-patriotic that we could use for the rest of the year. Like I would love to make, you guys know I'm obsessed with all things watermelon. I would like to make a little teeny tiny watermelon, a little baby watermelon popsicle, a little baby one. Okay, stuck the toothpick in there with the super glue. So we'll have something to stick into our snow cone. We'll put it off to the side. Oh, look at that, Hobby Lobby. Pieces just fell out. Well, let's try to glue them back in, Hobby Lobby. What's up with that? Hobby Lobby. That's no bueno. All right. I'm gonna leave it off to the side and let the super glue set. And then I grabbed one of these little stars that pretty sure I got from Hobby Lobby last year because they were in my stash. They most likely have them again this year. fake cupcakes and donuts in the floral section now by the birds. Oh, cupcakes and donuts. Oh, Raymond. I usually go to Hobby Lobby on Tuesdays, guys, because it's right next to our favorite Mexican restaurant, and we always do Taco Tuesday. So I will have to check that out, Raymond, on Tuesday. Oh, Carissa, did you get some to try of Mary's new clay? How did you like it? I'm sure it was amazing. This is her new formula. I'm sure it was amazing. You'll have to let us know, Carissa. What is the texture like? What is it similar to? Another one. Did you like it? Because I love the texture of Primitive Pumpkin and Debbie's Bright Ideas. They're the same texture, like a soft, firm. Yes. Oh, good. See, now I gotta try some. Then I took a little wooden spoon, guys. This is just a pack I got long time ago off Amazon. There's like 100 little wooden spoons in the pack, guys. So I have enough wooden spoons for the next 10 years. I just took this cute little wooden spoon and some of the leftover stripes on one of the napkins, cut the stripes apart, and I decoupaged the little spoon. Look how cute, you guys. How adorable is that, okay? So those 3 things. I grabbed some red Jingle Bells, soft, firm, creamy, firm. I love it. Maricela, I need some. I need to place it in order. And then I made a little bow with some twine for my stash. And I'm gonna put some super glue on the back on the knots because then I wanna trim those ends off where I tied the knot so they don't show through. But I want to secure it first with super glue so it holds, okay? So then I thought for this spoon, I grabbed some of my real teeny tiny twine. And I used to do this when I did cards, Carissa, all the time, where I would tie jingle bells onto little cards and little 3D things that I would make. So I'm taking this ultra tiny twine from my stash. It's from Paper Tray Ink back in the day when I would be buying paper craft supplies from them. I'm gonna tie it kind of in the middle of where the stick is. And then I'm gonna thread these jingle bells because they're red onto the twine. Today, basically, guys, is a lesson how to use things from your stash. This is all stuff that I just, other than the little ice cream cups I just got from Walmart last week, everything else was from my stash, guys. And you know, in January, I told you that's one of my goals this year, to kind of use things from my stash. I have so much, and I just need to use it. It does me no good just hanging around, right, guys? I made, besides the BLTs and the grandmother's cucumber salad for lunch today for my friend Joyce, I made lemonade spritzers. I did Sprite soda, and then I added some Simply lemonade, and they came out so yummy. And you definitely could tell it's a spritzer. It has that little tang in it from the soda. All right, I'm gonna tie a knot. Creamy-licious, I love that word. Creamy-licious. And then I'm gonna tie a bow. I still have a little, my throat doesn't hurt anymore like it did over the weekend, but I just have like a dry tickle. So weird. I wonder if it's allergies, guys. I wonder if something has come out. It was so weird. I don't have a cold or anything. I just had like a scratchy sore throat Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday I woke up and it was gone, but I just had like a tickle. BLT, yes. I made it on the Pepperidge Farm thick sliced farmhouse bread, toasted. And then I got the thick cut bacon. So yummy. I used to make these too when we had the B&B. And whenever I would host a luncheon. All right, and then I'm gonna tie it again to make a knot so it doesn't come undone. Although I'm pretty sure when we add the hot glue to the back, it'll be good. Look at how cute, guys. Look at how cute. Little wooden spoon with jingle bells. So cute. I bet a lot of you have jingle bells in your stash that you could pull from. I might trim these ties down. They might be too long. We'll see when we attach it. Okay, how am I doing on time? All right, so that's dry enough. I just put some hot glue on the back of the knot where I took like a shorter piece of twine to tie the twists together, and now I'm gonna trim them completely off. So you can't see them from the front of my little bow. And the hot glue on back will ensure that they won't come apart. So I have that. We'll bring our snow cone back. Where did we decide the back was? Or did we decide there isn't really the back? I feel like that's the back. So I'm gonna take some more hot glue. Yeah, and I planted heirloom tomatoes in my garden. So far, I've only harvested cherry tomatoes for my garden. I picked 5 of them the other day. They were my very first of this year's. Picked 5 little cherry tomatoes, and I had them the other night with a little ranch dressing. They were so good. So yummy. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Let that hot glue dry a little bit. And the twine, for some reason in my head, guys, twine just seems very, it goes very good with rustic and patriotic. I tend to, when I make patriotic things, they tend to be rustic. So I loved when I found these napkins because they're distressed and rustic looking. Okay, that's on there good. I might add just a little bit more hot glue on the underside here. And again, this is the cup that I decoupaged last night, not the one I just did. So it's had a chance to dry. Hard time with my website. Dee, send me a private message after I finish this tutorial and we can talk. I tell everyone all the time, if you're using a mobile phone on my website, they do not play together nicely. My website is hosted through a WordPress platform, and for some reason, it doesn't like mobile phones. So if you have access to an iPad, a computer, a laptop, use one of those devices. If you don't, then you have to use what you have. But I know for 100% certainty that my website does not play nice with mobile phones. Seeds. What did I miss? What seeds? I'm allowed to eat them. Afternoon snack. All right. So I think the super glue did its trick. They all seem like they're in there now. So I'm gonna put just a little bit of super glue on this, and we're just gonna put a couple little cute little embellishments just on the top of our snow cone. Right, and because we have all of these sparklers hanging off the end, I'm gonna kind of put this off to one side. Probably should have did a pilot hole first, but thank God that worked out. So cute, so cute. All right, I'm definitely gonna do a pilot hole for this popsicle guy because that's a big stick and I don't want to damage the popsicle pushing it in. Let's see. Let me use this one with the pointy end. We're going to stick our popsicle over here. And again, this is the snow cone I did yesterday. And I let it dry overnight, guys. This is not the one we just did that's wet still. You're going to want to give it time to dry. A little bit of super glue on the end. Now this popsicle stick is short because the popsicle is tiny. So I'm not gonna stick it all the way in. I'm just gonna go that far. So cute, so cute. All right, where's my piercer? Let's make us a pillow. Baby pineapple growing. Oh, AAA, so how did you start your pineapple plant? I've heard some people just take the top. Oh, my snow cone came completely off, guys. Hold on. I need to redo my hot glue and put it more around the edge. I think I got a lot of it on the inside of the cup. And actually not the edge, and it has to be on the edge in order for the styrofoam to make contact with the glue. You guys know what I mean? I put more of it on the inside, the glue. That didn't work out. Hold it. Cut the top off and throw it in a pot of dirt. AAA, I am going to try that. Hi, Kathleen. Welcome. I want to try that. We just finished a pineapple last week, and I was going to hold on to the top because I've heard that that's how people do it. Pilot hole. For this little guy. And then I ended up throwing it out. So I'll get another pineapple, and I want to try that. And then how long does it take once you stick that into the ground? How long does it take for it to start growing? You guys, so cute. So cute. And then we have our little spoon in Jingle Bells. How long does it take until you start, until it starts growing up out of the dirt? Years. Oh, okay. So, all right, you're in Florida. You have the cutest, oh, thank you. I bet I would probably have to bring mine inside. Mine probably wouldn't be able to stay. I'm gonna add some hot glue on the back of our decoupage little spoon, so I can stick it onto the twine bow. Hold it, hold it, hold it. The little spoon. Hi, Ginger. How are you? The little spoon decoupage, you guys, is like the cutest part of this whole craft, I feel. So that was the Patriotic sprinkle mix from my shop we used. The little ice cream paper cup was from Walmart. Styrofoam ball was from Dollar Tree. The firecracker popsicle and star from Hobby Lobby. The sprinkle mix on the popsicle was from Paper Sweeties. Diamond dust on the white part was from Michael's. The little wooden spoons I got in a pack of 100 off Amazon. Jingle bells from my stash and twine from my stash. Oh, and the napkin was from Hobby Lobby. So if you guys think this is cute, you can run right out and get all the supplies to make it. Super stinking cute. Grow loofahs. How do you grow a loofah? You get snow. It would have to come in. We typically don't ever get snow, but this past winter, we did get snow. It was like the first time in 8 years that they got snow here at the beach. I mean, right, Kathleen? And Rhonda, so simple. I mean, super simple. and so easy. And just zhuzh it up. Thank you, Angie. Just zhuzh it up with stuff you have in your stash. And like I said, these would be so cute, you guys, if you're having a little 4th of July get-together, to make them as favors for your guests. This is how the ice cream cups came. So there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There were 15 in a pack for like, I don't know, $2. Okay. And then the napkins were from Hobby Lobby, 40% off. And the popsicles, the firecrackers, and the stars were all from Hobby Lobby, 40% off. Okay. The Epsom salt from Walmart, or you probably could even get it at the dollar store. Diamond dust from Michael's. Twine and jingle bells from my stash. And the Patriotic sprinkles from Paper Sweeties. A piece of extra glue here. Just gonna cut it off. A drip of hot glue. Okay, there we go. So cute, guys. Inexpensive. Easy. You could whip up a bunch of these all at once. If anyone's doing any craft shows coming up in the next couple of weeks, these would be perfect craft show. Inexpensive, easy to make up, and you don't even have to do them patriotic. You could change the theme. You could do watermelon theme. You could do ice cream theme. What else? Strawberries, lemons. Yeah, change the theme. I just decided to do patriotic because I found those napkins and I thought they were so pretty. I'll hold it up closer so you can see. And I love how the little decoupage wooden spoon came out. Something a little bit different, guys. A little bit different than what I normally do. And it's just so cute all around. You could add more stuff. I mean, I kind of kept mine simple. And just added the firecracker and the popsicle and the star. You could keep going. You could make some fake bake things. This would be cute. I mean, I might add to it, or I have the second one. I might decorate the top of the second one differently, but it would be really cute to do an ice cream cone and a donut and a macaron cookie. Yeah, you can change it up. Super simple and easy. Christy! Oh my goodness. Christy just jumping on. Look it. She'd be so proud of me. Look what I did, Christy. Look. She'd be so proud of me. Look, little paper cups from Walmart. Napkins from the Hobby Lobby. Little wooden spoon from Amazon. Look what I made. Hold it up so she can see. Look at the spoon. Look at the spoon. You see what I did, right? Teacher taught me. And look at the little cup. Thank you, Desiree. The little cup, we decoupaged the striped part of the napkin, and then on the rim we did the navy blue, and the little wooden spoon we decoupaged with the navy blue with the stars. And we made a snow cone using Epsom salt and a styrofoam ball. These would be oh, quit your job, Christy. I tell Carly that all the time too. Quit your job. We will go into business together. We will just make stuff and do classes. Wouldn't that be the dream job? No, Christy. I'm just learning from you. Napkins to anything, right? That's what I was saying. Because, I mean, back in the day, when I first got married 38 years ago, decoupage was hot. Everyone was decoupaging on furniture and decoupaging on picture frames. And everything. And then it went away because crafts are all cyclical. So things go away, but they end up coming back. And a lot of times when they come back, people spin them into something different. Like Christy has shown us how you can decoupage on the foam clay, which, 38 years ago, there wasn't foam clay. Polymer clay was just coming out. I think we would have a cool reality show, Carly. Why don't you make that happen? Why don't you make the deal and then bring me on board? I'll join you. You could make your own firework. Like I said, I cheated. This was a cheater. I didn't really make anything. I just decoupaged the little ice cream cup and then made the snow cone using Epsom salt and Mod Podge. And then I just zhuzhed store-bought things from Hobby Lobby. The popsicle, I added diamond dust on the white, and then the Patriotic mix sprinkles from Paper Sweeties on the blue. The firecracker, I did nothing. The star, I did nothing. And the little wooden spoon, we decoupaged it. We added some twine and some red jingle bells. And I mean, super cute. If you have to make little decor, tiered tray decor, or favors for an upcoming 4th of July party, or like I said, if you have a craft show coming up, Ma'am Michelle, I know, does like 117 craft shows a year. So if she's got one coming up like around the 4th of July time, this would be perfect. Inexpensive, quick, and easy. I hope you enjoyed today. All right, guys, who's up next? Who's got the graphic in front of them? Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Don't forget, guys, Christy and I are doing a duo live this Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. One project, the same project, done 2 ways. And Christy and I haven't shared what we're going to do differently. Okay, Carly is up next. Let's hop over to Carly's page, Crafting in Chaos with Carly, and let's see what she has up for us. All right, Carly, I'll meet you over there in 2 minutes. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Have a great rest of your day. Until next time, be sweet, guys.